Hey podcaster, I'm Tim Albright, your podcast performance coach with another actionable tip so you can grow your podcast authority, generate leads, and convert with ease. Today's tip is be that great podcast guest. If you listen to the last episode on the best strategy right now for growing your podcast audience, then you know it's all about increasing your exposure by being on other people's podcasts. In my last episode, we reviewed why this strategy works and how to do it, but I left out one big piece of the success pie, and I want to serve that up today. Is it pie season yet? It's got to be pie season. When isn't it pie season? Okay, if you want to effectively grow your audience using other people's podcasts, or as I like to call it, OPP, then there is one thing you need to know. You can't suck as a guest. If you suck, you won't attract new followers or clients, or you may discover that your episode never actually sees the light of day. Oh, and you definitely won't be invited to other podcasts. This is not a one and done strategy. You need to be on lots and lots of podcasts for this podcast audience growth strategy to work. So if the fear of ruining your brand's authority and becoming a podcast guest outcast has you quaking behind the mic, let me share a few tips on how to be a fantastic guest and reap the full rewards of this strategy. Here are the key things you need to nail to be a great podcast guest. Number one, show up prepared. This should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Be prepared. There's nothing worse than getting on someone else's show and winging it. Hosts can tell, listeners can tell, and trust me, it's not a good look. It's not rocket science. Just click play on a few episodes of the show you're appearing on. Know the host's name and how to pronounce it, check out the format of the show, understand the host's style, and be familiar with the topics you'll be discussing. Also, know your key points in advance. Have a clear idea of the value you're bringing to the episode and how it ties into your own podcast and business. You don't want to come off like you're reciting a sales pitch, but you should know what key messages you want to get across. And don't forget to have a great story ready to illustrate your points. People love a good story, and it makes you memorable. The best way to bring value to another show is by understanding that show's audience. You need to know who you're talking to, so make sure you're clear about that with the show's host. Number two, sound great, aka make sure your mic is on. I can't stress this enough. Make sure your sound quality is top notch. The host worked hard to build an audience, and the last thing you want to do is show up sounding like you're recording in a tunnel with a tin can. Use a good mic, your podcast mic, not your computer's built-in mic, and make sure your environment is quiet. If you need some tips on mic technique, check out episodes 163, 157, 134, and 42. In fact, mic technique is so critical that it was my very first episode. Now, remember your audio quality reflects your brand. So treat it with the same level of professionalism you would your own show. If you're not sure about your setup, test it out beforehand. A little effort here goes a long way. The third way to be a great podcast guest. Now, this is where the magic happens. Be gracious. After your interview, thank the host publicly, tag them in social media posts, share the episode with your audience, and make sure to promote it like you would your own show. This isn't just about being polite, although that's important here too, but it's about leveraging social proof. When you share this episode, it's like saying, look, this host trusted me to come on their show and I delivered. That gives you credibility, and it also increases your chances of being invited to other podcasts in the future. Plus, if you do a good job of promoting your appearance, it's a win-win. The host gets more exposure from your audience, and you get the chance to expand your reach through theirs. Tip number 4 on being a great guest, build relationships for the long run. Podcasting is all about relationships. If you're a great guest, promote the episode well and genuinely connect with the host. You're not just creating a one-time opportunity here, you're opening the door for future collaborations. Maybe the host will ask you back. Maybe they'll introduce you to someone in their network, or maybe they'll shout you out to their audience in a future episode. It's all about creating a positive ripple effect. So, the 4 ways to ensure you are a great podcast guest. Number 1, do your homework and come prepared. Number 2, have impeccable audio. Number 3, leverage your socials. And number 4, maintain those relationships. Great guests get more traction. Being a fantastic guest is more than just showing up and delivering a good interview. It's about positioning yourself as a trusted expert, building relationships, and leveraging your guest appearances to grow your podcast audience. When you're a standout guest, you create a positive feedback loop that makes future appearances more likely, and that means more chances to grow your podcast. So show up prepared, sound great, be gracious, and remember to give as much as you're getting. When you do, you'll find that guesting on podcasts isn't just a good way to grow your audience, it's a winning strategy. And I hope that's just the tip you need. If you use podcasting as a marketing tool for your business and you like 5-minute actionable tips to help you do it, subscribe right now to this show on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode. You can always find out more about my coaching packages and take my free podcast audit to see if your show is designed for success. Get your free podcast audit by going to podcastperformancecoach.com. I'm Tim Wolberg. See ya!